The 2024 housing market is upon us. And so let's talk about three things you should be pondering if you're thinking about buying a house in 2024. These are three Paden tips, so take them as you will. A couple of random things, real quick. One, in the next couple weeks, I'm going to be trying to do an in depth review of the 2023 Utah housing market. So if you have any information that you want to be clarified or that you want me to look into, comment those things down below. Those are both the things. So let's just jump right on into it and go to thing number one, which is don't listen to the news. Here's some good things to understand. Current mortgage interest rates are right around 6.411%. Plus or minus if your interest rate's bad or blah, 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 all that other stuff. At their height, they were right around 8%, and that was back on October 25th. So in 2 months, we've seen interest rates drop by 1.5%, which is just a lot. What you're going to start seeing is news articles trying to, I don't know if hyperbolate, but try to blow this news up into something that it's not, saying interest rates have decreased quicker in the last month than they have in the last 2 years or something like that. Just be aware those things don't matter. News articles don't matter. You want to know another stupid news article that we're going to start seeing is that December of 2023 was the slowest housing month that we've had in the last 7 months, which is true. I mean, you can see the numbers. You can see we went down to a $475,000 median sold price, but they don't explain the fact that December is also just one of the slowing housing market months in general. And so be watching news and try to stay away from large, crazy ideas of titles and stuff like that and focus on what the actual stats are. You want to hear a useless news article? Utah, the slowest housing market in 7 months in December of 2023. Provides no knowledge, doesn't help you understand the state of market. You want to know a good stat to be looking for? Median sold to list value was 96% for the month of December, showing that people were paying less for homes, less than list price in December at 96%. Understand the difference between good stats and useful and useless headlines and really be focused on that. Two, the second thing that I really want to talk about this year is make sure that you understand what your actual numbers are if you're considering buying a house. There's kind of three separate pieces on this, but the first thing I want to jump into, let's say you want to buy a house for $420,000 and you're doing a 3% down payment. Your monthly payment's going to be somewhere right around $32.73, plus or minus. I don't know. This is just an example in entertainment. Blah blah blah. If you wanted to rent a similar house for $420,000, if you go look at this one right here, 420, 3 bed, 3 bath. It's got a little bit of a backyard. Listed by Tim Learned with NRE. And if you buy that house at $420,000, your mortgage payment's going to be right around $3,200. If you want to rent a similar house, maybe even a little bit bigger, you're going to be about $2,070 a month. So it's a really good thing to understand. Renting right now for this median priced home is going to be about $1,000 less. Good or bad, right or wrong, it's just good to understand there's a way that you're paying a premium right now to buy housing. And that's okay, but you have to understand it. And the second thing that you have to understand is that if you are wanting to buy a house and people are telling you, hey, go with the 0% down option, you can do FHA, Utah housing. The problem with that is that you've got thousands of dollars extra of closing costs. And yeah, you can have the sellers pay for it, but it's still part of your purchase price. And so say it's gonna let's say it's $5,000 extra, $4,000 extra in closing costs. That's 1/3 of a good down payment on a home. And if you can just save up and get this $12,000 or $12,600, it's worth it. It just is worth it. Over a 6 month time, it's worth saving up the cash and making it so you've got lower closing costs, making it so that your PMI is a little bit less, and it just simplifies the whole process for you in general. And then lastly, if you choose to buy a house and understanding your numbers, you need to make sure that it is affordable for you in 2024. We've got an election year. We've got a lot of craziness going on in the Utah real estate market and then also just the jobs market in the United States in general. And so making sure that you and your family find a purchase price that you're comfortable with and a mortgage payment that you can manage is so, so important. And so make sure you run those numbers. I'm not going to give you advice on if you should do 45% or 25% or whatever of your take home. I'm not a financial advisor. Just make sure that you're comfortable with it. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And then The last piece of advice that I really want to give you is to talk to somebody that you trust. Naturally, Greasy Real Estate Agent, I'm like, yo, talk to Paden Fairbanks about buying a house in Utah. Because I want you to buy a house in Utah with me so that I get a commission and I can feed my family. Nothing I can do about it, nothing you can do about it. But let's say you're like, oh, random YouTube Paden boy, I don't know if I want to talk to him. That's totally fine. You know, you could talk to that is a trustworthy person. You could talk to Emily Jensen. Great, nice, sweet gal. You know who else you could talk to if you're thinking about buying a new build up in Logan, Utah? Chase Morrell. He's a new build with Visionary. He's an agent over there. Preferred if you talk to me first, whatever, blah, 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 greasy real estate agent stuff. You know who else you can talk to? Find somebody in your life that has found success in real estate and sit down and have a conversation with them. I don't want to tell you to go and talk to your mom and dad or your aunt because I don't have any idea if they're good financially or not. People give a lot of advice even though they don't have a lot of knowledge. And so whoever that person is that you feel like is financially sound and even hopefully has had success with buying houses, sit down and have a really good conversation with them and they can help guide you in the direction. They'd even be able to help you find a lender and a real estate agent. So that is all that I've got for you today. I would really appreciate it if you give a like sometime. If you give me a like, super appreciate it. Comment down below some of the things that you're looking for in 2024, some of the stats that you'd be interested in learning in my next video. Other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and bye-bye now.